All right, guys, happy December 22nd coming to you full of excitement, full of energy, full of coffee, full of water, and ready to go full tilt this morning with you guys. So thank you for being here. I want to send a huge congratulations out to KK, Kelly, yes, that is her name, Kelly with the blonde hair. I don't know where she's at on your screen, but let's give her a giant round of applause. She just passed her exam, well, a couple months ago, but she's making the choice to join a brokerage, and our hope is that she lands here with us. So congratulations, KK. I loved having our session yesterday, talking with you. Your energy is super, super contagious. So congratulations and welcome to this new world that you're about to embark upon. It is fun, it is challenging, and it will push you, and it will probably want to be one of the hardest things that you do in your life, but also one of the most rewarding things that you'll do in your life. So congratulations, welcome here. Hopefully you take something from our space today, and hopefully you've seen value or see value in our session. So let's get right into the conversation. I was hoping that it would be a smaller group today because I'm going to put you guys into little think tanks, which is cool because the smaller groups, I know people are traveling right now, getting ready to get on airplanes. I get all of that, but you guys are here. So let's go full tilt. Before we get started, I'm going to have somebody pull us out on the field as always. Ryan, you're here, my man. So I always appreciate when you talk, when you share, when you contribute. So Ryan Fong, I'm going to have you bring the team out on the field, share your sentiment, share your, your message to the group today. And I'm going to turn the mic over to you briefly before we get rolling. So Ryan Fong, let's hit him.
So thanks, Elias. I guess one thing is that there's no such thing really as a bad day. We might find ourselves in a bad situation that can impact everything else that happens after that. So that's really where I guess gratitude comes into play, and being able to reframe what you might have thought was, a bad day and then turn it into a good one.
Mm. I read something. I don't know where I read it before, but we have bad moments. And now, mind you, if you have a loss or something, that's completely different. But if someone pissed you off, like, are you going to allow that to control your whole, it fucked up my whole day? Did it really? Or was it just a moment, and process that and then move on from that? So, man, I agree with that, because we can hang on to that. It's just like being in an argument with your significant other. I can sit there and be mad, but literally, if we just smile at each other, all right, it's not that bad, and then it's all good. And so I appreciate you saying that. And so let's go ahead and get rolling. So you guys, we are days away from the new year. And my hope by now is that you have a plan, you have a vision, you have some goals, and you have an action plan for 2024. I feel like we've belabored that since November. And if you are not clear, maybe I haven't done my job well enough as a coach to help give you clarity, at least give you the framework for your plan for 2024. Because it should not be, oh my God, this cataclysmic event that's happening 2024, that now I'm ready to crush it. No, you should already have momentum. You should already have a plan. You should already have some sense of clarity moving into 2024. So by now, my hope is that each of you already have a plan. And here's what I want to do is I want to layer some things into our conversation today to hopefully give you guys even more clarity as you move into the new year. So number one, what I want you guys to do is I want you to schedule in your calendar 15 minutes a day. And this is 15 minutes a day to be super, super mindful and have intention of reaching out to other people on social media. This is you showing interest, liking their stuff, downloading their workbooks or whatever it is. I don't care how big that person is or if that person is just starting out on social media. Be mindful with the way that you're truly trying to connect with people and building relationships on social media, because when it comes time to ask them for something, hey, Kelly, was wondering if you would speak on my podcast. You already have a relationship that's been built over the course of the year because you've been super, super mindful and have intention of the way that you're reaching out. Hey, Brandy, what's going on? I saw that your Christmas tree is up, or I saw that you went and did that thing in the San Francisco, took all the fancy pictures for Christmas. It looked so amazing and so whimsical. Hopefully you're having a wonderful season. Like, be mindful of what you're actually doing. Because here's what we do. We post shit and we want to get it all. We want people to like our stuff, to share our stuff, to save our stuff, to comment on our stuff, because each time it's like a hit. Each single time, it's a hit. And what I want you guys to refrain from is to refrain from any of the vanity. What I want you guys to do is say, how am I actively going into people's world and finding out what they're doing and really being interested in other people? And I think that if you schedule that, now you say, okay, I've been scrolling. vlog quite a bit of time today. Let me just go in and say, hey, Katie, hey, Jeff, hey, Blessing, hey, Eric, hey, Jen Gottlieb, hey, Gary V, hey, Alex Hermosi, whoever these people are, and like get into their world, get into their world. And then finally, you'll see that one of these big name people, like they shared your stuff or they commented or thumbs up. You're like, wow, I'm building a relationship. I'm building a bond and I'm getting myself in rooms that I never thought I'd be in because I'm super mindful. So that's number one, you guys. Number two, and we're going to save this for a group exercise in just a couple minutes. With all the things that you're thinking about for your year, when you're thinking about what you're going to do, how you're going to be, how you're going to show up in the world, how you're going to plan, how you're going to prep, how you're going to accomplish all these goals that you're setting for yourself in the new year. I want you guys to ask yourself this one question, and this is going to be a really, really good group exercise. If there was one habit that you could change in just January, just one, what would that habit be? Maybe that is your procrastination. How can I make sure that I don't procrastinate? How is it making sure I do the hardest things first versus my current habit of doing all the easy stuff and I push and push and push all the harder stuff because I'm scared to face those things. Like, what is it? Like, what is it for you that's a habit? Is it eating too much cookies, drinking too much, staying up too late? I don't know what it is. We're all different. So in a moment, I want you guys to think about that because I'm going to break you guys into small little groups. And in those groups, you guys are going to have a conversation about what that actually looks like. And what is one habit that you could change in just January? And then as the year goes on, you stack, you stack, you stack. But if there was just one habit that you could change that could give your life and business a different direction. Now, mind you, there's tons of things that you want to do, but I believe that if you're trying to, wanting to, aspiring to reach these goals that you have for yourself, if you don't change the habits, then all that shit's going to be is empty promises to yourself. And that's the last thing I want for you guys. So a lot of times we have to take an inward journey. We have to look at ourselves. We have to look at our habits, our behaviors, and our actions and say, you know what? These are not the habits and behaviors of actions of the person that wants to sell 30 homes in 2024. So I want to take you guys to just a small journey to say, okay, what's one habit that I could change and see some immediate growth in just January? So we're going to go there. Also, if you were to go into your database right now and you guys are thinking about this, and I'm going to put you guys in your groups in just a minute. If you were to go into your database and you're ready for the new year, you're going to call through some people. You know that people have been on the fence, but you're calling them because it's the new year, new opportunities. People are going to get off the fence. What would you say to those people? What would you say to those people? If you were to hop on the phone right now, we're all do live calls. Hey, Tom, it's Elias calling from EXP Team Fast. I wanted to call you because this just happened, or I'm excited about this, or the market just shifted, or interest rates went down a fraction. Like, what does that call sound like? So I want you guys to do two things in these groups. A, determine one factor, one habit that you guys are going to change in January. Just one, each of you. And you guys talk about it. We'll leave it for like 7 minutes, 10 minutes. And then the second part of that is if you were to call somebody right now, what would that sound like? Because I promise you, what Griselda is going to say is going to sound different than Jeff. What Ryan's going to say is going to sound different than Blessing. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to take notes and I want you guys to hear what other people are saying. And then we'll come back as a collective and we'll share. Any questions on this before we get right into this exercise? Please raise your hand. Any questions, any thoughts, any insights before we get rolling? You guys with me so far? You guys going to participate in your groups?
Yes.
Yeah? All right, cool. Anybody not going to participate? You can just leave the call now. All right, cool. All right. So let's do this. I'm going to do some breakout rooms. I'm going to assign 1, 2, 3. Let's go. I'm going to assign 5 groups right here. Assign automatically, create. All right. So each of you have a room. There is 5 rooms. So what I want you to do, if you can, throw your camera on. I don't care what your face looks like. I don't care what your hair looks like. I don't care where you're at. Get involved in this conversation. Let's go to Blessing to make sure that I gave clear instructions. What are the 2 things that I'm asking for you guys to do with inside of this breakout room?
You are looking for us to identify one habit in the month of January that we can change, that we can work on, that will change business thought patterns, just one habit we can change. And then the second is, as we are going through our database, making calls and happy holidaying everyone, sharing something about the market or what that call would be to help get someone off the fence and take action.
Totally. Love it, you guys. I think it's going to be super effective. The small group. I love small groups. So let's do this. I'm going to open all the rooms. I might bounce in and out, but I want you guys to have autonomy. I want you guys to have some creative freedom. Do your thing, have some fun with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend 10 minutes. So we're all going to come back at 8:55. We're going to go round table, and then I got a couple other things for you guys to prepare. So let's do that. I'm going to open all the rooms, and you guys participate, get involved. Don't be the person in the room that is just not participating in this conversation. So you guys are ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go breakout rooms. Boom. Hi, Roma.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I exited.
What's that?
I click on exit. I'm not sure. Can you put me back, please?
Oh, so you want to go to the room? Let me here. I'll just assign
Yeah.
you to um let me see. Hold on. Roma, where are you? Oh, I'm gonna move to 2. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
No, it says still not joined, but you have to go there yourself. There you go. Hi, Christina. How are you?
Oh, hey, is there a call today?
There is. I got people in breakout rooms right now, so I'm gonna throw you in a room.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's like, I feel like it's crazy with the holiday and kids, and I'm like an Uber right now.
Right? And you have to go to
Oh
the
my
grocery store
gosh.
and all that stuff. So, hey, I'm going to throw you in. I asked the team 2 questions. First off, if there was one habit that you're committed to changing in just January, just one, what would that be? Have a collective conversation
Mhm.
about that.
Okay.
And if you were doing database calls to your sphere, people that are in your database right now, what does that conversation sound like as you're turning the calendar, as you're following up? Hey, here's some things that are going on. Here's some reasons why we should go out shopping. Like, what is those conversations so we can start to hear people scripting? So I'll throw you in a
Ooh,
room.
okay, cool. I
Have
like
fun with
that.
it.
Thank you.
And we're coming back in actually 7 minutes. Let me get you in there right now. And that should have worked. Hopefully you guys are having fun with this exercise. Hopefully you guys are having fun with this exercise. Silas, pop All right, guys, we have about 49 seconds before everybody returns. Gee, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for having your camera on. I'm not used to seeing you without the red lipstick on, though. That's like kind of your signature thing.
Yeah, it is. This is no makeup. I was like, I'm gonna just show up, glass
Well,
water, makeup, looking like a hot mess, but I'm here.
you got to give yourself more credit, right? Kelly's shaking her head. You're a beautiful woman, so give yourself credit where credit's due.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that.
All right, we'll get rolling. Let me let everybody in. All right, cool. We have 11 seconds and everybody is returning. 9 seconds, 8. Joellen, what you working on today? Are you at home?
I'm in our in-law unit right now.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, guys. Ooh, look at your smiles. Look at your faces. Cool. I love this. I love doing shit like this. We're going to do more of this. All right. So I picked a spokesperson from each group. I'm going to go to Sierra first, Griselda, Nick, Homegirl, and then Sophia. So you guys are the ones that are going to represent for your group. So Sierra, what did you hear first and foremost? What were some of the habits that people are committed to changing in just January, just one? Sierra, take yourself off of mute and share what you heard from your group. And if you heard one that you said, you know what, that's something I could actually put on my own list. Let's hear from you first and foremost, Sierra.
All right, so our group, there were a few things: waking up earlier, exercising, and being consistent. And I definitely think for myself, I've already implemented 2 of those. Being consistent and really like nailing down my calendar is something that I want to do. For myself, I wanted to think bigger. I have a tendency to think small and do all the little things in the day. And that 10X book is really helping me to see that I need to plan the bigger stuff first, actually, and then start looking smaller, which my husband is excellent at this. And he's been telling me this forever. So I'm listening now.
It's so funny how it's reading the book and like, you've been telling me that, right? It's like sometimes we push back on so many things but then we hear it from like the fun uncle or we hear it from somebody else. You're like, wow. I'll tell you this, and I'll be real with you. The moment that you embrace consistency as a non-negotiable in your business changes, because there's things right now that you do consistently for your family, for your life, for your health, for your body, that you like don't waver on that. You don't negotiate on that. If you take those same principles over to business, your business will blow up. I promise you that. So good stuff, Sierra. Anything else you want to add from your group?
We did some role playing, which was fun. And we did a call basically that was just saying, why you should get into the market right now, why you should buy a house right now. And that was my first role play. So it was
awesome.
Totally fun.
Who had like a line or who had an opener or who had a hook or a dialogue that you thought was really, really powerful from your small group?
I think that for the role play, at least, just, I think it's Seha. She basically said, hey, just come out with tons of energy and excitement. And that's key. For me, talking in a bigger group it's just a little scary. When I'm one-on-one, it's a lot easier. But just that energy and excitement, that's what's going to grab people.
Yeah. You know what? If you're not excited, if you're not hopeful, if you're not speaking about the market in a way that, we have some great opportunities. Let's get you out shopping for homes before all the new inventory comes out, before all the buyers wake up and move the sleep out of their eyes and I'm ready to go buy. Let's move now. I found some deals. I found some opportunities. You guys, I'm so excited about the new year, what it means for you guys and how you're going to become homeowners. Let's go. Well, if you're that excited, that type of excitement filters over to other people who are like, now I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited about this journey. So Sierra, really good stuff. Let's go to Griselda. Let's hear from your group. First and foremost, what's one habit that you heard from the group or from yourself that you want to share that you're committed to changing in just January? Just January, small bite-sized chunks.
So it was exercise and systems, getting your systems down where your follow-up game is strong.
All right. So when we say exercise, who was that person that said exercise?
It was myself and Joellen.
All right, cool.
And also Kelly.
All right, so let's put some numbers behind this and let's start scheduling all of these things. If you say working out, right? Exercise is the thing, but I want you to get mathematical and I want you to quantify that. How many times, Griselda, are you going to work out in 2024?
A week or like the entire year?
I want to know the entire year. How many times? Let's go, how many times a week?
5.
5. And typically do you work out an hour each time?
Yes.
All right. So that means for 2024, you're going to log 260 hours of workout time. Do you think your body will look good?
Absolutely.
Think your mind will be fresh?
Yes.
Think you have a little bit, even more heightened confidence of what you already have? Because I take you as a confident person as you are.
Yes, definitely.
Totally. Your legs feel better, your body feels better, and there's a sense of accomplishment. And so what you need to do is you need to be aware of the things that are going to stand in the way and block that time from you, whether it's your child, whether it is work, whatever it is, that needs to be a non-negotiable. So many people, on this call and in my life, they're the early morning worker outers, right? 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I'm not that dude. I'm just not. So when I come home after a long day, when I don't want to work out, I go to the gym for 2 hours, like non-negotiable. But my family knows. And sometimes I have to miss a dinner here and there, but it's okay. Like I'm selfish with that time. So be conscious and cognizant of the things that stand in the way of you not working out and the excuses that you give yourself tomorrow. And then you look back and be like, fuck, I didn't work out one time this week. Like I cringe even thinking about that for myself. Because I'm thinking about how many calories did I eat this week? I'm like, damn, and I didn't work out once. Damn, I could probably put on a couple pounds in just 1 week. I'm conscious about those things because I'm not getting any younger. I'm 44 years old. What was able for me to work out and shed 5 pounds takes me a lot longer now. That burrito stays around a lot longer than it used to. I promise you that. It stays around a lot longer. So, I love this for you. I love this for Joe Owen. And then what was one part of the script or something that somebody said within your group that you felt like, wow, I could put that into my flow?
I would say just it would be about, talking about the interest rates coming down and the importance of getting out now before the floodgates open and the competition gets fierce.
Yeah, I think that this is important. I think that we need to practice this. We need to rehearse this. Babe, how does this sound? Wife, how does this sound? Husband, how does this sound? Cool. Like I'm ready to go, right? As soon as Christmas comes, from that time frame until the new year, I want to be hitting the phones. I want to get people excited. I want to book some appointments. So as the calendar turns, I already got some momentum. I got some buyer's consultation. I got a listing appointment set up. I got some people off the fence. I've checked my Real Scout. My shit is in motion. I'm not waiting for the calendar to turn. I'm already thinking about how can I articulate the message about let's move now, let's get out shopping, and let's have some fun right now and beat the wave of people. So I love that. Nick Guzman, I'm going to call on you as the spokesperson from your group. When we talk about habits, if there was one person or a couple people that you heard a habit that they were going to change in just January, what was it? What'd you hear from your group, bro?
Mainly in our group, a lot of people focused on like more personal improvement kind of stuff. Like as far as one person brought up daily devotion, she's growing her faith and she wants to make sure that's the root and her foundation of where she stems everything from. So that was one of the things that was shared. Another thing that was shared was a personal habit improvement, just as far as just kind of maintaining certain pleasures, and I guess you could say from, I don't even know how to sugarcoat it, from like drinking and things like that, you know what I mean? So a lot of things that was talked about was a lot of personal improvement stuff. I had shared more about like as far as if there was one habit that could pertain to business, it's just making sure tracking by week exactly how I used to do at the very, very beginning. Because I know for myself, I've definitely fallen off of that track big time this year. Even though the 2023 was an incredible year, that's definitely something I need to make sure that I hammer in on. So it was a combination of personal improvement, personal growth, and strategies to make sure that we're tracking our business efficiently from the get-go, from day one. So that was the first thing that we discussed.
God, I love that, Nick, because at the end of the day, each of you are running your own corporation. I don't care if you've sold one home or if you've sold 50 homes, each of you are running a corporation. So just as us as a company, We look at year over year trends. We look at attrition. We look at how many agents are producing, what offices are producing, what offices are profitable, what office is the most profitable. We're constantly looking at the data because here's the thing. The data tells the story. The data tells the story. And if you're not tracking it, it's really hard to look at your story and know, okay, chapter 6 is where I saw things start to grow. Chapter 9 is where I saw a decrease, but look at my activities and my habits actually decreased in that month as well. So the data tells the story. So Nick, I'm so glad that you said this. I don't care if it's a whiteboard. I don't care if it's a freaking composition book or if it's an actual tracking system. Find a way to track your business so you can forecast, you can look at your business in completely different ways. So good stuff. And then Nick, what was one thing that you heard from the scripting about calling our database that you felt was like, oh, I can put that, or something that you already use or are gonna use?
Well, I think the main thing that everybody talks about right now is obviously what's getting ready to happen in 2024 as far as the rates being dropped and things like that. But I also feel that's going to be, I think that if that's the only conversation that somebody's going to have, it's going to be more of a, like, that's what everybody's going to talk about, and I kind of feel like when it comes to engaging in these conversations with past clients or somebody that's been on the fence or somebody inside of your CRM, I think the most valuable thing that anybody could share are stories. So for myself, what I'm going to be doing is just sharing 2 personal testimonies of myself, just that happened in the last few weeks. I just got 2 under contract, both buyers. One buyer in Oakland, I was able to get the property $50,000 under asking price. On top of it, I was able to get the seller to credit back $10,000. Obviously, the rate probably is at a high point, but it was an opportunity that opened up that we just couldn't pass on. And then another story was that I just got into contract yesterday in San Francisco for another property, $40,000 under asking price. So the reason why I share that is because I feel like it's the power of testimonies that need to be shared. Because if you're just going to be calling people up and just talking about rates dropping and all this kind of stuff, all the realtors are doing that. And if you're a new realtor and haven't closed a deal, then you need to lean on somebody else's stories, somebody else's testimonies. So if you don't have a personal story yet, all you have to really say is like, hey, you just tailor the conversation in a different way and just say, hey, you know what? It's interesting is because one of my team members inside of my office, this is exactly what just happened to them. And I share that because, when I'm sharing these testimonies with my personal clients, or even if you do, it's good. It is important to talk about what can happen when the rates come down. But what people need to also understand is when that happens, competition is definitely going to come back on the scene. It doesn't even matter if it drops 1 point or 1.5%. You're going to see a flood of buyers come back out. Competition is going to go back up. And in all of this is important because if I combine that story about the rates dropping along with testimonies, now it's just almost I have the perfect match that glues together and sticks together when I convey the conversation to a past client or somebody sitting on the fence. So I think that's super important because I know when it's my goal, when I'm speaking with somebody, I don't want to just talk to them about facts. I want to instill fear of loss, so I feel like, that's kind of, going to be very important because fear of loss is a more powerful motivator than anticipation of gain. So, that's kind of like what we talked about.
I love this. I love this. You guys become a third-party story junkie, right? Whether it is your own story or whether it's something that you've heard from a team member. And I'll give you a quick example. Dan Sundberg was talking about his consumers in 2023, and he did the math and he looked back at how much seller concessions, how much off list price he was able to get. And for the year of 2023, he was able to save his consumers over $250,000 from list price concessions, so on and so forth. So what he has put himself in a position to be is an extreme negotiator. And no matter what happened in the market, he was able to win for his consumers. Like those are really, really powerful stories. When we do the team meeting and you hear Griselda talks about getting X amount of offers or beating out X amount of offers or saving her clients $50,000, Tom, that actually reminds me of a story that my colleague just shared with me yesterday. They were purchasing a home in Berkeley, and through negotiations, they were able to save $50,000, or they were able to use money towards bringing down their interest rate. Like those stories will always sell you guys. Versus like Nick was saying the same shit that everyone's getting geared up to say, put in a more personal touch on that. So I love it, you guys. Before we go to Armenice, there's 2 scripts or lines or phrases that I feel that everybody should be putting into their flow right now. And some of these are, one of them is new to me, and the other one was like, wow, I haven't heard that in a while. Here's the first one. When someone says, we want to wait, when someone says it's a bad market, when we say this, ask them this question. When did you decide? And I'm going to be real with you. Kelly had a conversation with me last night, and she had talked to me about EXP. And she said that, you know, like some of her thoughts about EXP were in a different place. And I said, well, when did you decide that? Right? Like, when did you decide that? And it opened up this new conversation. I was like, cool. Like, we can actually have a really good conversation. So, Nick, when did you decide that the market was in a bad place? Or when did you decide, Latoya, that you weren't able to purchase a home or you weren't able to afford it? When did you decide that? And allow them to share that information with you. And now you have deeper information that you can go further with the conversation. I thought that was really powerful. Somebody used that on me, and I was just like, wow, I love that. And then what led you to that decision? Talk to me about the data, or talk to me about the resources, or your uncle, or whoever was in your corner. And now you have all the ammunition you need to effectively address their concerns in a way that matches exactly how they're feeling, you guys. So when did you decide that? And here's another one about the market. How's the market? We know this old script of, well, it depends. Are you thinking about renting, buying, selling, or investing? Because they're all different, and you can go down that path. Now, that's one way. I saw this today. I thought it was really powerful. How's the market? The market is good as I am, and I'm really good at what I do. So what is that? So what's behind that, right? Think about this. How's the market? Well, the market is as good as I am, and I'm really, really good at what I do. What does that mean? I'm a great negotiator. I'm great at finding opportunities for my consumers. I'm amazing at making sure as soon as I list a property, I'm doing every single thing that I possibly can do. I make sure to use my network, use my references, use social media. So when you ask me about the market is as good as the person that you choose and how good that person is. So if you're asking me, the market is fucking great because I'm great. Literally, you guys. How's the market? The market is as good as I am, and I'm really good at what I do. And it's not braggadocious. You guys should all confidently be, I'm really, really good at what I do. Why? Because I do all the preparation, all the work, all the homework, all the studying, all the market trends. Like, I am a G. I know this business. And when it comes to working hard for my consumers, there's nobody that's going to outpace me. That's the type of energy that I want each of you guys to have when you have the conversations about the market. Let's go to Armenice. Armenice, tell me about your group. Tell me about what you heard. What was a habit that one person said that they're going to change within your little 4-person, 5-person group? Let's go.
Hey, so my group was really, really good because we all came to like the same almost consensus that we're just going to do the things that we don't want to do, stick to a schedule, and be like Nike and just do it, honey. Okay. So that was one of our main things. And we had the great Christina Home Loans in our group. And of course, she dropped some great gems on talking points, just how to talk about just Happy New Year, happy goals, and the benefits of the rates dropping. Not just, oh, the rates are coming down, but these are the benefits because your monthly payment goes down. This, that, and the third. So we had some really good, mindfulness in our group. So yes.
I love this. Listen, Armenius, if I'm going to ask you just a really direct question, what's one thing that you don't want to do that you know that you're going to do and commit to doing despite how you feel about said thing?
Ooh, I'm going to, and again, this is another group consensus. We're going to start calling people, no matter how we feel about it. We're going to make those phone calls because we never know if they need us at that moment, regardless of if we feel like we're bothering them.
You have a 50-50 chance when you call somebody, either a yes or a no. I actually like those odds quite a bit, right? But you have to always audit a conversation. That's why I want you guys to think about these things. When I make a conversation, when I'm making a call, like I'm auditing, I'm looking, what is my flow? What can I do to move this person closer down the funnel? Like, are they on Real Scout? Is there something that happened in the market? Was there a new pending sale? Whatever that is, I want to audit how I'm going to actually make those calls versus just checking in. Hey, Kelly, I'm just checking in. Checking in is weak. It's weak. Kelly, I wanted to call you because some things happened in the market last week and it will impact you as a buyer positively. Tell me more, Kelly, right? Tell me more. So Armenius, I love that sentiment. Christina, let's hear from you. You probably had some insights and some thoughts and some contributions like Armenius was saying. So let's hear from you, Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the big things I was saying is I actually just did my podcast last night about it, is talking about the difference in rates, because you can say, hey, rates are great, but to a consumer, they're like, okay, I hear rates are low or good, but what does that mean, right? What does that mean to me when it comes to me buying? And one of the scenarios was, you can tell clients this is, hey, this is making a difference in your payment anywhere between $200 to $500 a month. So now rates going down means payment comfortability to you as a consumer. The other thing is, this also means, hey, maybe you were at that cusp of 600K and you're like, and your realtor's like, I really need you to boost that approval another like 25K. Now you can with this rate drop. So it's two things: payment comfortability and boosting your pre-approval. So telling the consumer and having that conversation is huge, because you're educating them. You're giving them information they didn't know, they probably didn't realize. They knew rates dropped, but they're like, what does that mean to me? So as you build that trust, now you're going to be their go-to, because you just dropped some knowledge to them. And I need to do calls because I hate calls. And so that is like, I need to implement that personally as accountability.
So you guys, something happens internally as soon as you get on the phone. So at first it's like you're clunky, right? Like I always say the analogy, like shoes in the dryer, like you're clunky, right? Until you start finding a rhythm. When you start to get in a harmonious rhythm, it's a beautiful thing. When someone actually says, yeah, Nick, that's actually a really good idea. We are available tomorrow at 3:00. Is this going to be in person, or are we doing this on Zoom? And you're sitting there like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll do 3:00. I'll send you all the confirmation right now. Wonderful. Hey, Tom, I'm looking forward to serving you guys and meeting you and your wife. And you hang up that phone, the sense of joy. And I'm old school, you guys. I started my career on the phones, slanging long distance in 1997. All right. Old school, you guys. The feeling of booking an appointment is something that is like, oh my God, I could do this. I feel good about it. I want to do it again, right? I promise you, the moment that you start to get in the flow and like you have something that works, you're like, wow, they're really responding to me well. If people aren't responding to you, it's not them, it's you. You're not asking the right questions and the right cadence, the right tone, the right flow. You're not stopping, you're not pausing, you're not putting in filler words, like all these things. But once you identify them, and once you get clear on that, it makes all things better. So here's what I'm going to do. In 2024, we're going to be doing live workshops and we're going to be doing live circle prospecting. I'm going to pay for all the lists. I'm going to pull all the lists. And what we're going to do is we're going to come together at different offices and we're going to practice. We're going to rehearse a little bit, get the lyrics warmed up, just bumblebee, bumblebee. We're going to get all warmed up. And then I'm going to be like, here's your sheet, Randy. Here's your sheet, Angeline. Here's your sheet, Sierra. And then we're going to go out and we're going to start making the calls. It's going to be fun. We'll have some pizza. We'll have some, energy drinks. We'll have some music. And then we'll just be in this flow. And so if the phone calls is a challenge to you, I'm going to help you guys in 2024. That's my goal, is to do more in-person stuff. So I love that you guys said that. It is such an invigorating feeling when you get somebody to say yes on the phone. I tell you what, you guys, it's just such an invigorating feeling. Let's go to Sophia. Sophia, last group. I'm going to go over to you. Tell me about some habits that people talked about inside their group that they're willing to change in just January.
So my group, we were kind of bonding over being night owls. So it was kind of funny. We all wanted to kind of wake up earlier, go to sleep earlier, improve just our routines in the mornings, and also implement just a schedule for working out. Personally, I'm going to start with 3 days a week and then try to work my way up. And then for the engaging with consumers, we were talking about not sounding kind of like everybody else and trying to incorporate like the personal aspect. Someone in my group was just saying, asking about how they're doing, how their kids are doing, if they've taken any trips, just trying to connect on the human level. So yeah.
I love it. Sophia, let me ask you a question. 3 days a week working out. I love that start. What do you think it's going to take from you? Does that mean waking up early? Does it mean going to bed? Like, tell me about some of the numbers. Does it mean like 3 days a week you have to go to sleep 2 hours early? Like, what does that actually look like for you?
I'm honestly, I kind of relate to you because I don't prefer to work out in the morning. I like to work out in the evenings. So just having enough energy to do that would mean like going to sleep earlier, waking up earlier, just having my like circadian rhythm on point. so that I could do it at the end of the day, but that's when I prefer to do it. This year I've made a little bit of progress. Like looking back, I didn't get to where I wanted, but like I've lost over the course of the entire year, like I've lost some weight rather than gain. So that's like a big difference for me. Like, you know, just in general, like improving myself. Really, just being in real estate has put all my flaws like right in my face. Cause when I was like in school and like just like working and stuff, I was just doing that, like the bare minimum, like getting good grades, going to work. But now it's like everything that affects my business is like, it's just right. It's just clear and like in your face screaming. And so this year I've made some progress, but I just want to 10x it. And I know I'm going to need a lot of changes to do that.
I love it. I love it. And I'm so happy for you. And I cannot wait to see this transformational year that you have. And so good stuff, you guys. Really, really good stuff. I love the interaction. Once again, some of the scripts were, or two of the scripts were, when did you decide whatever the thing is that they decided, and how's the market? The market is as good as I am, and I'm really, really good at what I do. And like I said, it's not a braggadocious type of comment. It's that you are really good at what you do. The separation in a great agent versus an okay agent is the one that is truly, truly understanding the market, that's practicing their craft, that understands like the flow. Like they're really working on all of their skills. They're not just like, oh, by chance, I fell into a deal. No, they're truly, truly active in this business. And so the market is as good as you are. So before we close out, and I want to share this with you guys because I think that this is really important. As you guys are looking at the year, I want you first off appreciate where you're. Appreciating where I came from, celebrating where I am, and thankful for where I'm heading. You guys have a great opportunity to really change your life and business in 2023 or 2024. And it's all going to come down to a couple things. When you're looking at your lead generation for 2024, it's going to come down to a few different buckets. Hybrid farming. If you do not have a relationship with a title person right now, and if you don't have a farm set up, a farm is a geographical farm. It is a physical farm, but also you can pull lists and you can get email lists to where you are now farming those people via your email every single month. They're seeing something from you. They're getting a video from you. They're getting a market update. Hey guys, what's going on? If you're receiving this email, that means that you live in this zip code, and I have a quick update about the market. Here's some links down below. Hopefully you found that helpful. You know, email me back if you ever have any questions. Also, there's a link down below if you wanted to ever set up a strategy session. You guys can do that through your farm list that you get from your title person. So you have hybrid farming. Your sphere of influence. What are you actually doing in 2024 that's going to cater to the people that are already in your world? How are you going to love on them? How are you going to make them feel special? What type of events are you going to do? What type of client appreciation events are you going to do? Circle prospecting. For every single open house that you're doing, every just listed, just sold, coming soon, you should be pulling that same list from title, 1,000 names. You should be dumping those names into your CRM, and you should have call days. If you're hosting an open house on Saturday and Sunday, you should be pulling that list on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday and calling through all those people that are in the surrounding area, letting them know that there's an amazing open house. Did you know that the Andersons listed their house? Oh my God, come by. We're doing a neighbors only. Come check the property out. We're doing that from 1 to 2 o'clock. Can't wait to see you. By the way, what are your plans with the home in the next 2 years? You guys, circle prospecting is going to be a huge game changer for you. Community involvement. What are you actually doing in your community in 2024? What's planned? What are you going to do? Like, is it backpack drives, Christmas drives, holiday? Like, look at your calendar, schedule all those things that are going to get you super, super involved within your community. Referral network. We talk about referral networks all the time. Each of you have influence. Each of you have an ability to create a referral network on Facebook. Like, hey guys, if you're moving to this area, I'm your go-to person for all referrals. Anytime you get a referral, you do a post about it. Hey, thank you, Nick, for sending me your referral and trusting in me to help find your client a home in the Sacramento area. A referral network is something that each of you guys have the ability to do, and it's easy via social media. Open houses, door knocking, expireds, FISBOs. These are the ways that you're going to be creating opportunities for yourself and lead generating in 2024. And obviously social media. Listen, If you're still dragging your feet on making video, I don't know what you're waiting for. This is a time to own your fame, to own your presence, to build your brand, to get your message out there. And all you need is literally 2 deals to close, 1 deal to close. Shit, that's it. Because it's a free platform. So you guys need to make a commitment to yourself to go all in on social media. No matter what, your face is going to be all over social media in 2024. And then online leads. I leave that to last because none of you guys should be dependent on any type of online leads. There's just one small bucket of your business. So when you think about all these buckets, you guys, if I can get two deals here, 3 deals here, 4 deals here, 1 deal 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 here. Now what I have is I have a robust business because I've tapped into all these wells, different opportunities. I feel fresh. I'm not just putting myself into one avenue and I feel like, oh my God, this isn't working. That shit bores you. Like one of the things that are a human need is the sense of variety. Each of us need to have a variety in how we're going after the business. And what you'll find is that, wow, I'm really, really good over here, or I'm really, really good over here, or I'm not good there. So what you have to do is you have to have the spice of life, and you have to put that spice of life into your business so you don't get burnt out and you're not just putting yourself into a corner. Before we move on, before we close out the session, Nias, rapid fire, you had your hand up, big dog. Let's go to you before we close out the session. Nice going once, nice going twice. All right, cool.
I didn't know I had my hands up. I was trying to do a fire emoji because you was spitting fire right there. I'm driving right now, but I've been away from the group for a minute, just handling some personal business and some other things. But man, just excited for 2024 to be able to come on. Everything that you was talking right there is basically the playbook. You just gave the playbook. It's like you just gave everybody the playbook right there, and it's like a reminder. Like I already know what to do and what you just got through talking about doing. But man, yeah, everybody have a Merry Christmas. Go into 2024 with a bang, and stay lit, stay on fire.
Love you, brother. Let's do this. Let's go around the room to get a couple key takeaways before we close out. Kelly, let's hear from you. It's your first time at a Keep It Moving group coaching. What's one takeaway from our session today?
My takeaway is the energy is good. You guys are giving all the information I've already researched about. I can't wait to dive deeper and learn more. I like it. I have a lot of questions.
Awesome. So then we'll connect. I'll definitely make sure to answer all your questions. Blessing, let's go to you and have a great announcement about Blessing in just a moment. Blessing, key takeaways from our time together today.
This is such an amazing, just timely conversation. And sometimes a lot of these points are things that we've heard, but you never know when you will hear a point again and it literally just click and set everything on fire. I'm so excited for 2024. It's just, I can't even put into words, just knowing what I'm going to accomplish and the consistency and the clarity that I have. This is just going to be an amazing year. And I'm so excited to be in business with all of you and see where we are this time next year. It's going to be incredible.
I love it. So guys, every year at the end of the year for Keep It Moving group coaching, we do a special session that features one of you guys or multiple people to do an actual presentation for the group. So on the 29th, which is the last Keep It Moving group coaching of 2023, I want to go out with a bang. So I'm going to have Blessing, Vernon, Ophelia, and Samandy all give presentations. Each of them are going to have their own slides. Each of them are going to deliver their own message. Blessing will lean more into like mindset and like gratitude and your why. Every single person will have their own flow. So you guys are going to come to a session and hear from people that have truly, truly grown, spiritually, mentally, financially. When you think of someone like Ophelia has been in the game for 17 years and she is coming off, this year is her best year that she's ever had in real estate. So it's going to be an amazing opportunity for us to come together. I want you guys to pack the house. We're going to invite guests to come to this. And so Blessing, I'm so grateful that you're going to be one of the presenters that day. It's going to be fun. More information to come on that. And let's get one more final comment. G, let's go to you. One last final comment. Good to see you, by the way. What is one takeaway from our time together today?
What stood out to me is what Christina said, just knowing the why and the importance of the why of, when rates coming down, what does that mean for your client, and just tying that back. And thank you for that.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Listen, you guys, Whether or not you celebrate Christmas, I'm never the person that doesn't say it. I'll always say Merry Christmas, but happy holidays for you guys. No matter what you're doing over this next weekend, sit there, reflect, spend some time with the family, eat some food. My wife said I'm being too ambitious for what I'm going to want to cook for Christmas, but it's only one time a year. So, you guys, Merry Christmas to you. Have an amazing, amazing holiday. We'll see you back on Wednesday and gear up for Friday, because Friday is going to be full tilt guest speakers. I'm going to have a lot of fun with you guys. So thank you for being here, even though it is the eve of the eve of the eve. Thank you guys for being here. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. Have an amazing weekend. Peace.